call. Green flag stops.
Whoa, Kyle Busch is around. Big wreck.
Wow. There's
Dale Jr. got involved.
Oh, Junior's in it, and Matt Kenseth.
And Ty Dillon and Eric Jones are all piled up in turn 3.
What the heck happened?
The 18 just turned around. I don't know if he got himself in a unique position, or the car got loose right there going in the corner, or he had a tire going down, but it just turned around in front of everybody.
A lot of damage to the 88 car, right?
And that Toyota plan of drafting together appears to have come undone.
We got to see that again, because I don't know what happened to that 18 car. I'm like you, Joe. I just saw him start to get sideways.
Kyle Busch, one of the favorites for the 500, and now Dale Earnhardt Jr. is on the 5-minute crash damage clock. Remember, if you can drive it back to pit road, you can try to repair it.
All right, let's see what we got.
There's Kyle Busch.
All by himself.
Boy.
Oh, it just turned. I mean, that has to be a tire. There's no way that car just jumped around like that without something happening to it. I mean, he just lost. That thing just went sideways.
They were working their way through some slower traffic right here. I can't imagine that there was an aero situation there, but
something cut that tire.
Definitely turned around.
Did he make contact with that car he was passing?
It's a good question.
I didn't see any, but we can look at it again.
I mean,
he's just right there. He's all by himself. Now watch. All of a sudden, that car goes around like a left rear tire maybe went down.
Before that, he and Michael McDowell were pretty close together on the racetrack.
Junior almost go up on 2 wheels.
Jimmy Johnson
on the inside.
scoots through.
No, that thing just turned around, Mike, all by himself.
You're right. McDowell was nowhere near him.
Right.
Kyle Busch has gone to the garage. He is out of the Daytona 500 per the new crash damage policy rules. Here's what Kyle had to say.
Fantastic. What, that left rear? I think it was the right rear. Right rear went down. Just entering turn 3.
Wow.
Nice miss by Elliott Sadler in the 7. A wild ride for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. Right here, right up and over the nose of Kyle Busch's car. Wow.
Boy, I tell you, that was lucky.
Now, under the crash damage policy, they can make repairs to Junior's car on pit road, but they cannot replace parts with new parts. As Kyle Busch climbs out, look at the splitter is all bent up.
They got a lot.
Right side, right front corner sheet metal gone. And how much suspension damage as he climbed right over the nose of Kyle Busch's car.
You see a 3,400, 3,500 pound car go up on 2 wheels. You know he's made a lot of contact, and it's going to cause a lot of damage.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Ty Dillon, too. He was having a pretty good run. He got caught up in that.
I really thought Matt Kenseth might get another shot at it after last year just coming up short there at the end. That's not going to happen now.
Eric Jones finally got his car where it was pretty competitive, keeping up with the leaders, running with them, and then he gets in this.
It's not going to drive very good, but will it make minimum speed? That's the only question on their minds right now.
Yeah, that's doubtful.
Now, minimum speed is a lap at 56 seconds. That's 20% slower than race pace. Jamie?
Well, we heard Kyle Busch's radio say right rear. Kyle, did you have any indication leading into that issue?
No. I wished I would have. If I would have tried to wave off as many guys behind me as I could, but it happened just as soon as we started picking up load into turn 3 and just spun around. You know, I actually felt like I hung onto it for a long ways, and then finally it went. You know, I don't know if it was the left rear that went down or the right rear that went down, but man, tore up 3 JGR cars in one hit, and also Junior. You know, so I feel bad, horrible for those guys, but man, nothing that we did wrong. You know, obviously Goodyear tires just aren't very good at holding air, so it's very frustrating when we have that down here every single year we've been here. Last year we had it as well too. It wrecked us in practice and tore up a car. A few cars actually were in that as well. So this M&M's Camry though, we were just biding our time, playing it out, trying to see what the strategies we're going to do at the segments. Thankfully, we have I guess a segment point, out of this day. That's a positive. But man, you're trying to win the Daytona 500 here, and that's just so disappointing.
All right, now Kyle Busch, because of the new NASCAR policy, even though he drove back to the garage, he will go to the medical center to be checked and evaluated.
Thanks, Jamie. For the second day in a row, as in yesterday's Xfinity Series race, the winner of Stage 1 will not be around to see the checkered flag. Now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is back out onto the racetrack, so when he crossed the line at the end of pit road, the crash clock stopped, and he'll have a chance to get up to minimum speed. Now, Elliott Sadler is the race leader. He snuck right through the middle of all that. Did a terrific job.
Remember the last time that 7 car was leading a race at Daytona? Been a while, but it was when.
Let's take a look at how Jimmy Johnson's spotter helped him worry less through this with Liberty Mutual Insurance spotter coverage.
Front of you, front of you, front of you, front of you. Come on, baby. Come on. That was nice. Caution's out. Give us some fuel. Save some fuel here. Save, save, save. 10-4. Pulled down on the apron and ran the splitter across the ground pretty hard, but I think we're fine. Looks okay there.
Meant a lot to me. And just sorry we weren't able to deliver a better result today for all our fans and everybody that was looking forward to today. So we had a great car. At least we went out on, leading the race. I don't really know what happened there with the wreck. It just looks like Kyle had a flat tire. I turned the wheel left, but you're also out of gas there, and it got on the splitter and just kind of goes straight. Luckily, the hit wasn't that hard, and we'll be able to get to Atlanta and compete again. It's going to be a fun season, and we got pretty high spirits. Not the result we wanted today, but like I say, it's been a great week.
We'll see Dale.
A little dicey down the back straightaway. Cars get a little bit loose and crazy as they get the end of the back straightaway.
I mean, do they think it's 10 to
Oh,
go?
Trouble. Here we go.
Stacking up.
Here we go.
Jimmy Johnson got turned, and they pile up behind him.
14:48. I mean, the whole crowd. There's a 10.
Wow.
Lord have mercy. There you go.
5th caution flag of the day. 7-time series champ Johnson. Clint Boyer is in it. There's Jimmy's Chevrolet all torn up, and he's climbing out. B.J. Kennington just drove into the garage after that one.
Hamlin's
Denny
got some
Hamlin.
damage. Goodness gracious.
That is Chris Buescher. Couldn't tell from the right side of the car. There's no numbers left. Danica has damage. She's in. Joey Gase, Denny Hamlin. Now watch Jimmy Johnson outside, 2nd row.
Oh, they got 4 wide. What happened was the 1 car, he snuck to the outside of the 48 getting into turn 3, and the 6 tried to go to the inside. Just not enough room to make it 4 wide right there.
And Mike, I know you won't. The cars are the most difficult to hang on to at the end of that back straightaway. They're light right there. Any touch, any move can spin you out.
I got you. I've not only seen this, I've been a part of this. Jamie McMurray pulls this move a lot. He sticks his nose just right there on your right rear quarter panel, nudges his way in there, and makes some great moves, but it is very aggressive.
Caution is out once again for a big pileup in turn 3.
No getting through now.
Place is sold out. Looks good from up here. We're ready to kick it off on the right note. We come to win the Daytona 500. I'm ready. Go get it. The 22 had no problem. The wheels falling off the car. What the hell is he doing? He went by me 100 mile an hour faster. And then he hung a right, thank God. How the hell did they do that? Right rear went down, entering turn 3. Now we're wrapped. I didn't tore to hell.
And now we have the second big pileup. We're going to show you before turn 2 how all of this happened, and we'll point out the cars we want you to watch, and they are Jamie McMurray, Jimmy Johnson, and Trevor Bayne.
You can already see the 6 is poking his nose in there to make it 3 wide. McMurray's got a big run off of turn 2, giving him a nice shove down the back straightaway. You see the momentum going forward. Now, look, Jimmy just barely clears the 6 as the 1 makes a little contact. When that happens, it shoves Jimmy a little bit to the left. 1 starts to go to the outside. There's just no room to go 4 wide as the nose of the 6 with Trevor Bayne was inside the 48. Big impact right there. DJ Kennington getting into Jimmy Johnson as well.
I think Johnson's car was just in a position where it was absolutely, if he touched it, it was going to spin out.
You can see Jamie's pushing him, and as he gets an opportunity to go the outside, he takes it.
And at least 16 cars are piled up in turn 3.
Type 2 diabetes? Listen up.
It doesn't take anything to turn one of them around.
Vince?
You know, the strategy hasn't always worked in the 24's favor today, but it seems that maybe it swung his way at this point. And
trouble
big
off
one,
turn
Mike.
4. 3 cars spin down to the inside, trying to save it and stay off the wall. And Stenhouse, Bayne cannot. They impact the inside wall coming off 4. And Elliott Sadler, the 3rd car, spinning with them.
Blaney got in it too. He's 3 Fords there got wiped out. You just see them racing like they're racing right now. It's just kind of a product of what you're going to get.
But that's what I don't understand right now, DW. To me, there's still plenty of laps left in this race. I don't understand why they're 3 wide, bump drafting.
6th caution flag of the day. And now watch the 21 here. Ryan Blaney with Elliott Sadler and Jeffrey Earnhardt behind him.
Was Blaney coming to pit road there?
It almost looked like it because he looked like he was trying to drop
Sadler
down.
Maybe had to avoid him.
It looked like the 21 was definitely dropping down.
He was slowing.
Yeah. Yeah, look at him. It's either he's out of control.
He either got loose coming off of turn 4, or he was headed to pit road. Either way, they had to. The 7 of Elliott Sadler had to avoid him. That made contact with the 17, the 6.
Let's watch in the back straightaway and see if Ryan Blaney has his hand out to indicate that he's pitting.
He does. Now that's a signal. That's signaling to the cars behind.
Look, it's going back.
Now,
Car
back
behind
to the field. I think it's Elliott Sadler. He's saying, hey, we've got somebody pitting. Unfortunately, and then we had contact as we went into turn 3.
The message didn't get far enough back.
No, it just wasn't being relayed.
3rd car back is Jeffrey Earnhardt, the 33.
So what you're doing in this situation, if you're the 7 of Elliott Sadler, you know you've got to get wide to go around that 21 car, but you don't know what's going to happen from behind, and that's exactly what happened. He got contact from behind. That turned him into the 6, and then unfortunately that made contact to the 17.
Yep.
Sixth caution flag of the day. Jeffrey Earnhardt into the back of Elliott Sadler, and around goes Stenhouse, Bayne, and Blaney.
Mike, you know last year who had the best average finish on all the restrictor plate tracks? Austin Dillon.
And here he comes for the lead on the outside. On the inside, excuse me, that's Gabe. Big trouble.
But they wrecked. Did they not wreck?
No, they're wrecking.
Suarez to the inside along with Newman. Cars piling up to the outside and all the way across the track.
Was that?
They're still wrecking.
Oh, McMurray's involved. It almost looked like the rear bumper of possibly Chase Elliott got turned into somebody.
Ty Dillon
straight.
What a mess. Good grief.
Landon Castle, Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez.
Brad's car was untouched, I thought, the last time I looked, at least the right side, but boy, now he's got heavy damage.
Yeah, 42 went by, he's got damage. Michael went by, and my brother, he got damage. Everybody goes by has got damage of some nature.
On pit road. Pretty sure this started with Chase Elliott. It looked like he just got sideways somehow in the back straightaway.
Here's Ryan Newman coming to pit road.
All right, let's see what
one of the
happens
cars
now.
we'll keep an eye on.
That's the one right there.
Jamie McMurray.
And the 24 in front of him.
Oh, he tries to go to the inside, make it 3 wide.
Yeah.
Gets to the left rear bumper of the 24 of Chase Elliott, turns him down into, I think that's Michael McDowell, and that just starts a chain reaction. Boy, McMurray's just super aggressive. I don't think those Hendrick teammates are going to be real happy with him.
Wow. Oh, goodness. This is amazing.
Right.
This is amazing.
McMurray into the back of, Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
So
McMurray's going to try to go 3 wide, and there isn't any room.
Guys, one of the things that happens when you're pushing somebody, you're in control of their car. And what that does is create an opportunity for you to jump inside or outside of them. And it works sometimes, but man, is it risky. You never know if you're going to be able to get inside or if they're going to block you. And that's exactly what happened. He kind of got Chase a little bit out of shape. He went to go inside there, and Chase, I don't think he had anything he could do. It just almost turned him.
Well, when the
cars come shooting across to the inside of the track, watch this 31 of Newman do a whole lot of agricultural racing right here. Wow.
Like snow plows.
Jeffrey Earnhardt,
which is not useful in Florida.
Involved. And we're under a caution again for a multi-car crash in the Daytona 500 on Fox.
56 laps to go. Chris Myers with you watching the Wreck Fest here at the Daytona 500. This was back on lap 105. Kyle Busch, who had won the first stage, history now, had a tire problem. 6 cars involved, including Dale Earnhardt Jr., who led at the halfway point. Both of them out of the race. Jr. going behind the garage, a 2-time Daytona 500 winner, back for his return. Jimmy Johnson involved in a major wreck. 16 cars caught up in this one. All 4 of the Stewart-Haas Fords. All the drivers okay, and moments ago, this a 10-car wreck. So we've had nearly 3/4 of this 40-car field. Elliott Sadler caught up on this one in the 7-car moments ago. He had led for a while as well. So nearly 3/4 of the 40 drivers that started this race have been involved in one way or another in a crash. Jamie McMurray, a former Daytona 500 winner who has led 13 laps in this race. In case you're wondering, the most ever cars involved in one crash at the Daytona 500, that was 19. And that was back in 2001. Casey Kane, by the way, who completed the most laps of any driver last season, but never led a lap last season, did lead for a while here at, in fact, 9 laps he led at the Daytona 500. He right now is right behind Austin Dillon as we clean up the mess. Let's head back upstairs to Jeff, Darrell, and Mike.
Thanks, Chris. You saw Jamie McMurray going to the garage on the hook. Daniel Suarez drove into the garage, and Brad Keselowski just brought his Ford to the garage. And that means under NASCAR's new crash damage policy, they're out of the race.
Off a little bit, just pushed him away from him. He knows there's a lot of laps left to go in this race. Oh!
Trouble again.
Trouble again.
Here we go.
And across comes the 23, Joey Gase. Big slide. And that splitter digs in when it gets to the grass. Brendan Gaughan is involved. And we're back under caution for
like
the
a very
8th time.
Similar thing where somebody was bump drafted and it looked like it just didn't get squared up on his rear bumper and turned him into the outside wall.
Jeff, you know this. When the cars are in the corners, they got side force and they got down force, and they're sucked down to the track in the banking. Down that back straightaway, the back of that car is as light as a feather.
Watch the 23 left of your screen.
Like Chase Elliott. Oh, you know what's going to happen? He's going to get to his outside, and maybe he's not going to know he's there. He's going to come up. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
You can see Chase tried to back out the last second. He realized that he was going to come up, just not quite soon enough, and turns the 23 into the outside wall.
And after that, car won't steer.
Nope, left front's all caved in.
Yeah, he just had no idea that Chase Elliott had a big run on the outside.
Trying to lock it down, but scrubbing off speed is difficult until you get there.
That'll slow you down. Just a bam.
Pancakes the outside wall. Brendan Gaughan actually missed him, but then spun trying to regain control. One crash ago, Daniel Suarez was taken out of the race. Here's Matt.
Disappointing end of the day for Daniel Suarez, and what a great drive coming back from 2 laps down. Your first Daytona 500. Can you describe all that you've experienced today?
Well, I just don't feel like I did a really good job in the first part of the race.
Right there running second right now. That's finished third in this thing 3 times.
The white flag waves. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Yeah, when I think of experience and knowledge here at Daytona, I think of Kurt Busch. He's been so close so many times.
He pushed his teammate to victory here one time. Is anybody going to push him today?
Look at the 21 coming on the inside to give him a big push. Where'd he come from?
Ryan Blaney from the back with Logano. Blaney
42's out of gas. 42's out of gas.
Who else is going to run out fuel?
21 is, I'm not so sure. Well, I think he's okay. He's still going.
Now, if the 47 can get up behind the 21, give him a push, he might get there, but I don't know. I think this might be Kurt Busch's day.
Looks like he's going to come home a winner.
Kurt Busch has been the bridesmaid in the Daytona 500. Here they come off turn 4 for the final time. From Las Vegas, the 2004 champion of the series, Kurt Busch, for Gene Haas and Tony Stewart, wins the Daytona 500.
Wow.
Wow. First time he's won the 500. What about that?
He pushed his then Penske teammate Ryan Newman to victory, and that's the old man, Tony Gibson.
Justin, are you there?
He's too old to get that excited.
Tony Gibson grew up down the street from Daytona International Speedway and now goes to victory lane.
I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Tony Gibson been in this sport a long, long time.
There's Sunoco fueling victories.
Very fitting, talking about fueling victories. You had to have enough of it today.
I started to say that was Tony running out there, but then I realized he didn't run that fast.
Isn't that amazing to see that raw emotion? How
look at those
that
guys.
made him.
And they've had a tough week down here too. I mean, they've had to repair that car.
And Kurt's one of our 3 driver newlyweds, along with Brad Keselowski and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And it ain't over till it's over, guys.
For the 11th time, a last lap pass decides the Daytona 500. Kurt Busch led only the last lap.
And Mike